We are following breaking news right now. We're learning 4 people were involved in a small plane crash. Arvada police responded to this crash northwest of Wadsworth and I-70. This happened this morning. Your reporter in Jefferson County, Karen Morfitt, is on the scene right now. Let's check in with her. Karen?
Hi, Michelle. Yeah, this is Karen Morfitt. I am live on scene right now. We're having a little bit of trouble getting our cameras online here, so I'm just going to tell you what I see. I've had a chance to people who live in this neighborhood who say as this was happening, they could hear a loud noise and then heard that crash. They didn't know what was going on because many of them said it happened so fast they didn't actually see anything. But right now I am on Oberon and Balsam, right off of Carr in Arvada here, and there is a trail of debris down this street. The scene here is 2 blocks from where I can see, and we can see debris from that plane just in the front yard of one of these homes. And so we know that this has been, a pretty serious crash. Several people injured. We can see multiple fire trucks here now on scene. We're told the NTSB is on its way to investigate this crash. Lots of crime scene tape right now out here. Lots of neighbors trying to figure out exactly what happened, Michelle. And so we're trying to get answers here as well.
Karen, right now, as you're talking, we're looking at a picture of fire crews out there trying to douse the flames of that crash. But we've also seen other witness pictures of fire coming out of that rubble there. Have you been able to talk to any witnesses since you've been there?
Yes, I was able to talk with a woman and her granddaughter who lived just a few blocks away, but again, said that they could hear this as it was happening. They came outside to see what that loud noise was. She said she couldn't really describe what kind of sound that she was hearing, but she knew something wasn't right, so she came outside to kind of look and see what was going on, and it had already passed. So she drove up the street to take a look and see what it was and discovered this plane crash. As she was kind of making her way up there, she could see debris trail on Oberon right here, right off of Brentwood, where this plane actually crashed into the front yard of one of those homes. And you can see the debris. You can see, where it maybe struck a pine tree. And so part of those branches are now in one person's yard. They're in the street. Again, yes, there was a fire. When we pulled up, fire crews were dousing what looked like maybe gasoline that was already on, or avgas that was on the ground, putting sand on it. So, that way it was soaking it up. So definitely a large debris scene here where we're at, and lots of witnesses just trying to figure out what's going on. But no one yet that we spoke to actually saw this plane coming in. It's right next to some train tracks. They said that was their biggest fear, was that one of these trains would maybe derail being so close to those train tracks. But they, as much as they see some of these planes coming from the local airport, they never really thought about the what might happen if one of those planes did crash. And so again, they're quite shocked. They're a little shaken up, rightfully so. And we'll continue to talk to people who are on scene right now, and look for those folks who maybe were a little bit closer and maybe did see this plane coming in and what they saw before that happened. Michelle?
Well, it is concerning, and it would be scary, Karen. As you said, rightfully so. They were concerned just hearing the noise, and this is something you don't see every day. We know right now, Karen, 4 people are hurt. Do we know if all 4 were on the plane or anyone on the ground?
So, Michelle, right now we have not had a chance to touch base with any of the investigators because it is brand new. They're kind of trying to figure out exactly what happened here as well. Like I mentioned, they said NTSB just, it seemed like, had directed them to shut this whole area down. So it's multiple blocks in this neighborhood that, you can't get around. If you're trying to get across Arvada using Carr, don't come this way. Carr is completely shut down. And right now they're just trying to figure out exactly what happened here as well, and who was injured, and by, where they were when this plane came down. And so hopefully, in the next couple of minutes, we'll get an update from Arvada PD, who has been really leading this investigation so far. But we also know that Arvada Fire is on scene, and they may be taking the lead on this. NTSB will step in eventually. So we're also trying to figure out exactly who is going to, give us the best information, and when we'll be able to get that information. And we'll be sure and touch base with you as soon as possible and get some more information both online at cbsnews.com as well as on our live stream.
We know you'll definitely give us that information as soon as we get an update from the first responders out there. And as you said, Arvada PD. Karen, just curious, obviously it's very early into this investigation into this crash. We don't know the cause of this crash just yet. I do know that last night it was very gusty in certain parts of our state. And just being out there right now, is it windy? What are the conditions like?
Right now, actually, yes, the wind has just picked up. And so, when I arrived, though, the wind didn't seem like a factor when I got here. I can say right now it's definitely, picked up, and we're seeing some of those crime scene tape having trouble staying up right now. Where I'm at, though, you can see some of the pieces of this plane. And so I'm probably from the vantage point that you're seeing from our cameras, I'm a little bit closer than that, so I can actually see some of the pieces of this plane. And like I said, we haven't had a chance to figure out what factors may have led to this. But again, it's definitely starting to pick up, but not anything that you would say was extreme for today or for this time of year in Colorado.
Okay, well, I'm sure we'll learn more as soon as we get updates from investigators. I know you'll be out there talking to a lot of people, Karen, including the investigators and witnesses. So we'll check back in with you in just a bit. Right now, we want to go to Joel Hillen joining us from the desk. Joel?
Yeah, Michelle, so we kind of want to talk about the process that we're going through here in the newsroom. The news came in about 9:30 this morning of a plane that had gone down. We had been listening to some scanner traffic and then working to make some phone calls to confirm all of that. We did get confirmation shortly after from Arvada police that this, in fact, did happen. And I want to take you out to the neighborhood where this is at and also talk to you about kind of how we're covering this going forward. So you heard from Karen Morfitt. She is first out there on the scene. Our Eddie Castro is nearby at what is the media staging area. So this here, as I zoom in, this is the neighborhood or the house right where it happened, right along Oberon, right on the end there. This is near Carr Street. And as I zoom out a little bit to give you an idea, you can see Wadsworth is along the right there and Ralston, which goes down through Old Town Arvada there to the south, to give you an idea of just where this is at. And so right here at Brentwood and Oberon is right where Karen Morfitt is staged. We have a photographer, Jason Voss, who's headed that way to meet up with her to be able to give us some better visuals from the ground. Also, we have Eddie Castro nearby at the media staging area because we expect to hear from Aurora Fire here in about 10 minutes. They told us that they would be doing a media briefing here shortly to tell us exactly what is going on. But let me show you what we are seeing from Arvada police and what they are telling us. So this is what we do have confirmed, which is that 2 adults and 2 juveniles have been taken to local hospitals with injuries. And you can see this picture that we have been showing for you of the site. You can see this truck sustaining heavy damage here. Crews getting water onto that plane as quickly as possible. And so, we have this site where this has happened in the house. You can see that we've been looking up public records to be able to try and get contact with the homeowner there as we continue our storytelling here, as well as neighbors who have been posting and replying to this post from Arvada PD saying, man, it is chaos out here. It was very loud and it was crazy what was going on. So from the desk, we want to make sure that we can see the situation on the ground. This is right near Rocky Mountain Regional Airport, where we launch our copter from, our news copter from. And so we have been in communication with them. They've been working to get a pilot down to that area so that we can launch and get a view from the sky. We also have a photographer that is armed, that has a drone that can get a shot up into the air so that we can kind of see what it looked like for that plane and the conditions when they went down. But these are live pictures coming in, I believe, from photojournalist Jason Voss, who's arrived there on the scene with Karen Morfitt. And you can see the heavy police response that they have there, Michelle, with all of that tape up. So we expect to hear from Karen Morfitt through this, and then Eddie Castro is going to bring us the presser that is going to be happening, or newser, as one of our fellow desk mates prefers us to say. That'll be starting here in about 10 minutes, and we hope to have a lot more answers at that point.
That's right, Joel. We hope to have a lot more answers into what led up to this and especially an update on the 4 people who we know were hurt. All right, yeah. Joel, thank you so much.
Of course.
We are going to continue to follow this on our stream, and we will return to regular programming, but you can watch our extended coverage on CBS News Colorado. Okay, and right now we are following this breaking news again in Arvada, where a plane has crashed. This is a small plane. This is a look at the scene right now. You can see all of that crime scene tape up in that neighborhood. It did crash in the front yard of a home there. We do know a pickup truck was damaged in that front yard of the home, and we know 4 people were hurt. We do have another shot of the scene right here, where you can see a lot of investigators out there trying to figure out what happened here, piece together what happened and why it happened. We want to get to Karen Morfitt in just a bit. She is talking to witnesses out there who saw this fiery crash happen. She's also going to be talking to investigators. Hopefully they will give an update to all of us in about 10 minutes. We want to get over to Joel Hillen at the desk right now with any new updates. We know that there is an update from Arvada PIO, Joel, and they're really not telling us a lot, just telling us that a crash did happen in that neighborhood.
Yeah, so they're able to confirm those details. At first, it was just the response to the crash that we were able to confirm, or of a reported crash, and then we were able to confirm that it was a crash itself. We are getting video from both Eddie Castro, who's out at the site. That's where Arvada PD is going to be speaking to us here in just about 10 minutes, so probably more like 7 or 8 minutes now. We hope to get some answers from them, more on this, but also we have your reporter in Jefferson County, Karen Morfitt, who's right there on the corner. And let me show you the map and take you back to this area. For those of you just joining us to the stream, we talked about this a little bit on the air, but this is the area that we're talking about. The address that we have is right here on the corner of Oberon and Brentwood. And you can see Carr Street along the left here. This is where that plane went down. And you can see Wadsworth all the way to the right there. Some of the area that we have, like Old Town Arvada, is just to the south. That's Ralston Road right along there. And let me show you the picture that came in from Arvada Police and what they're saying. So at first they were just saying that they were responding to reports of a small aircraft crash in the area of Oberon and Carr. A PIO means Public Information Officer, and those are the folks that are assigned to speak and communicate with the public and with the media. And so they were doing media staging at the northeast corner of West 62nd Avenue and Carr. And that's where we have our Eddie Castro. You saw his shot earlier. We expect to get some updates provided there. They did then respond with this picture to give us an idea of just the extent of the damage, as well as the information that 2 adults and 2 juveniles were taken to local hospitals with an injury. What we don't know is if those 2 adults and 2 kids were in the plane, or if maybe it was just 1 adult that was in the plane and maybe some kids and an adult were outside when that plane came down and hit them. So that's some of the information that we're hoping to get from Arvada Police and some of the questions that we will be asking. But again, we do have a lot of folks there on the scene. We're running some Nexus, what's called Nexus Public Records of the house and the houses in the surrounding neighborhood, to get some phone numbers for folks. Neighbors responding to some of the tweets there, Michelle, and they're saying, you know, obviously that it's a lot of chaos there in the neighborhood. You saw the size of response that they have, and you can imagine what it was like to have a plane just come down in a yard and hit a truck like that.
Yeah, well, Karen Morfitt was describing the sound that the neighbors were always concerned that maybe a train in that area would derail. And so that sound was definitely scary to all of them. It is important to note, Joel, you were showing us a picture of fire crews putting water on that debris right there, but other pictures are coming in too with flames.
With active flames, yeah. So that, you know, they said that they were able to get that fire out, but again, you have the crash and the flames, and then the report that you got 4 people that have been taken to the hospital, and of course our thoughts were with them. We do not know in what condition they are at this hour or what condition they were transported in, only simply that they were transported.
Yes. All right, Joel, we're going to check in with you in just a bit. We do want to get to your reporter in Jefferson County, Karen Morfitt, who is out there on the scene. Karen.
Hey, Michelle, yeah, now that we're able to show you exactly what we're looking at where I'm at, we're across the street from where you were looking at our shot earlier, but I want to show you just how big this debris field is. So we are about a block away from where this plane has crashed. You can see pieces of this airplane in the street here. If we can zoom into that for you, it looks like there are, you know, just a trail of metal pieces, kind of scrap metal there, it looks like, in the street. Further
further down, you can see that red truck. I'm not exactly sure if we can see it right now because of the tree, but this is what we can see when we're able to, get a little bit closer to, or when I arrived initially, we could see that they've kind of pushed us back now so that we don't get into this crime, what they call the crime scene when I arrived. So again, I'm about a block away from where this plane is, but you can see the debris in this street lining right beside us here. And then it keeps going another block down where we have all the crime scene tape, surrounding this street. You see the fire truck there. You can see on the ground all of these pieces of pine tree. You can see up in the pine tree that a branch has actually snapped. And so this is what neighbors were telling me. They heard this from, a block away. They did not know what that sound was. As I had mentioned earlier, they felt like their biggest risk being next to these train tracks was a train derailment. So when they heard this loud noise, what sounded like scraping metal, they, assumed that that was likely their biggest fear, that a train had derailed. They came out, wanted to see what exactly was going on, found out that this had been a smaller type airplane that had crashed into someone's yard. We've since learned that 4 people were injured. Again, we don't have information on exactly where those people were when they were injured, but we have had a chance to talk to several neighbors who live, within blocks of this, again, who have heard this, but also one man that we talked to here said he saw that debris as well when he came out. He said his neighbor was someone that did see this happen, and so we just haven't had a chance to get over to her house just yet. We've been, taking in everything since we arrived and talking to as many people that are here, also trying to get the information about what is happening here, because this is their neighborhood. And obviously, things have completely shut down in this area. If you are trying to cross Arvada at any point right now using Carr Street, I would advise against that. Carr is completely closed down where just before those train tracks. And so there is no getting across town using that street right now. You can see the amount of first responders on scene right here. We see Arvada PD, we see Arvada Fire. We're told NTSB is on its way, if not here already. But again, this is something that they immediately responded to. We're able to get fire crews to that plane, which you mentioned, did erupt into flames at some point. And so they were right on scene. When I pulled up, we saw a number of fire crews out with sand or salt trying to soak up some of the fuel that had leaked out from this plane crash, and that was several blocks away from where this actually had come down. And so, Michelle, a lot of things still up in the air right now. I know we're getting ready to hear from the police spokesperson in a minute, and I'm hoping that he's able to clarify some of those questions that we also have about where these 4 people were. We're told juveniles were involved and how serious those injuries are. Back to you.
Yes, and we hope the best for those 4 people. Thanks so much, Karen. We're going to check back in with you in just a bit. Here's what we know so far as we continue to cover this breaking news. We're learning 4 people, as Karen just said, were involved in a small plane crash. Arvada police did respond to this crash northwest of Wadsworth and I-70, right in the neighborhood. You can see this picture of the debris in someone's front yard. Again, we know 2 adults and 2 minors were taken to the hospital. We don't know what conditions they were in, and we still don't know if all 4 were on the plane when it crashed, or if someone may have been on the ground. Joel Hill is joining us once again from the desk. Talking to Karen and just showing all of that debris scattered. That's a huge area for investigators to comb.
Yeah, and they were actively fighting a fire in the middle of doing all of that as well, Michelle. And we're getting a better idea. We've had our Logan Smith, who sits here on the desk with us. He has been listening back through the dispatch calls, and I want to show you some of the call log that he's put together for us in what's called Wolf Tech. This is a system that we use. We put together a board. You can see we name it Arvada plane crash, and we put all the information. The white is what we have confirmed. The red is what we do not have confirmed and ready for air. So I'll quickly scroll past that, but you can see here that he's been listening back to this, and you can see the pilot saying, Bonanza 152, I'm losing power quickly. I might have to put it down somewhere near Stanley. And then air traffic control says, let me know if there's anything that I can do about that. And then he says, I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to put it down in a field somewhere. Do you see anything anywhere that's safe for you to land? He says, I'm trying to find a field or a park, got something in sight, I don't know where I am. And then air traffic control says, according to my radar, you're about halfway between downtown and Stanley Lake, if that helps you with anything. And then they lost radio contact. We started to listen to, for dispatch, the response to this fire from Arvada Fire, and they said that the aircraft was put down in the backyard of this home. It looks like there's an injured party there, a juvenile with a head injury, that there was active flames there. The female firefighter on there says that the plane in the driveway and that there were 3 patients, but we later learned that there were 4 patients, 2 adults and 2 juveniles that were transported from that scene. So we're grateful for all the work that Logan has been doing, listening back through these dispatches, and we hope here in just a few moments, actually any moment, to hear from Aurora Fire themselves, as they have what's called a PIO, or Public Information Officer. They're the ones that, Arvada Fire, they're the ones that are authorized to speak with the press on these matters, and they are to speak with the public as well. And Arvada Fire, we have Eddie Castro that's out that direction. He got a video, and I can show you a little bit of it. It's sideways, but we're working on getting that turned vertical so that you can see some of it. This is from a neighbor, Ray Powell, in there, and we're working on getting that video right side up and sent in, because it was sent vertical, and then when it went into our system, it went in sideways. But what you can see is active flames, and then the firefighters working to put that out. Here we go. Here it is. You can see the active smoke pouring out of that, and the firefighter response. Again, this is just coming in. This is from a neighbor right near where Eddie Castro is right now, and our Karen Morfitt. Ray Powell is his name, and you can see the response. You can see the ambulance there getting patients ready to be taken. We know that there were 2 adults and 2 children that were transported off of site to local hospitals. You can see paramedics there working. You had the fire that's then on the other side with active firefighting equipment out there. You got hoses trying to get water onto this, and you can see what looks like the tail wing of that small aircraft, and just how small that aircraft is. But as Michelle had alluded to earlier, that we had seen from Karen Morfitt, there is a huge debris field that extends all along that street, which is Brentwood, right at Oberon and near Carr. Carr is the biggest street, I would say, to the west, and then Wadsworth, the biggest street to the east. And look at that, the plane pushing that huge truck right out of the way, pushing it into that other truck and sustaining quite a bit of damage. And then you can imagine all the neighbors pouring out of their homes, trying to figure out what was going on and get some answers, while everybody there trying to attend to the children and to the adults that had been involved in all of this and get them ready to be taken off to the hospital. Again, this video just coming in to the newsroom was shared with our photojournalist Eddie Castro, who is out there at the scene. He is about to hear from Arvada Fire here any moment. They were setting up a press conference for us, but Ray Powell and neighbors shared that video with Eddie, who then sent it into the newsroom, and then it's up to us to get this from the desk out to editing so that they can create what's called a video ID and send it so that we can share it with you on the air. But Michelle, I kind of want to show the area that this is at. We talked a little bit of it, but again, you had Carr Street right to the side. You can imagine being the pilot, and we talked about what dispatch was hearing there from air traffic control, knowing he has to set this plane down, and knowing he's somewhere. He thought he was closer to Stanley Lake, which is going to be much farther south than that. And they say, hey, right now our radar shows us that you're outside of downtown, and knowing he has to put this down. And then as I zoom in there, you were talking about this before, but we had that rail that was kind of going right to the north. Do you see that? The rail was passing along there. They thought it was maybe a train that had crashed. You can imagine they get a lot of train noises and traffic that passes along there from the rail, and they thought something like that had happened. So you can see just, normal suburb part of Arvada, just north of downtown old Arvada, and they had to put this plane down, and now it looks like all the occupants of the plane have been taken to the hospital this morning, and we are now waiting from Aurora Fire to figure out a few more details about exactly what happened.
And normal suburb of Arvada, not so normal this morning. We're hoping good things for all of the people involved and the 4 people who were taken to the hospital. Joel, thank you so much. We want to get back to your reporter in Jefferson County, Kara Morfitt, on the scene who is talking to people out there who live in that neighborhood. Karen?
Yeah, Michelle, and we're hearing a lot of, we heard this noise when this happened. Not a lot of people saw what happened because, this happened so fast. I'm here with Bob, who lives, 2 houses down from where we're at?
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about what you heard around this morning when this happened.
I was inside, and all of a sudden I heard this very loud boom. And I came out, and I didn't see anything initially. My wife said something about she thought she saw a plane come through, so we hollered at the neighbor to call 911. I came around the corner, and all I could see was a lot of smoke and stuff. I couldn't tell if it hit the house or exactly what it was.
So you guys called 911, said...
Neighbor did, yeah.
And said, we think a plane crashed here?
Well, my wife just said, call 911. I don't know exactly what she said because I was still coming
well, and
a little bit slower.
Talk a little bit about, when you hear that, when you see that smoke, what's your biggest, what's going through your head at that time?
I just thought maybe the neighbor's house was on fire. Somebody had, they drive through here pretty fast sometimes. I thought maybe a car had lost control or a motorcycle and had an accident down at the neighbor's house.
And did you see the truck and whatnot that had been down here that they think maybe this plane crashed into? Did you see the truck over there as well in flames? Or
I could see the pickup truck after the fire department and everybody was there. I could see looked like the front of a red pickup truck. And I couldn't tell if it actually hit the house or if it hit the front yard or what, because of all the vehicles. So.
Yeah. Have you, seen a lot of air traffic over this area before? And is this something that you guys, had considered? Or, one neighbor I had spoke to said the train tracks have been kind of the biggest problem in this area.
Yeah, well, the airport's just right up the road there. The Rocky Mountain, whatever it is, it used to be old Jeffco. And, we get our trains coming through, obviously, and then the planes all the time. But we've had, like I said earlier, we've had train catch on fire here before, but never anything with an airplane. We've had a car accident right here on the corner, but nothing like that. That's really scary.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Bob, for your time. We really appreciate it. Michelle, we'll go ahead and give you again a look. He talked a little bit about hearing that big boom and then seeing the smoke. You can see where the debris is that was left behind here on the street. You can see parts of the airplane. We have shown you this a little bit earlier, but you can see this over here, the parts of the airplane. You can see where the fire pulled up, the fire crews pulled up to put that fire out. Again, a lot of the folks who were in this neighborhood heard the boom, came out after, and we're trying to figure out exactly what was going on because they could see smoke, because they heard that loud noise, but no one really knew exactly what had happened at first. Now that we are able to, understand exactly what it was that caused this, they're putting the pieces together about, the debris that they've seen lining the road, the tree here that has a branch, snapped off that they believe likely came off when that airplane was coming down. Joel had some great information there from the air traffic control as this was happening. We've also heard from neighbors that when this plane crashed, that they actually, it did erupt into flames. They put it out, it would re-erupt. And so we've seen that why they remain on scene and why they continue to kind of watch this very closely, because it has erupted or at least reignited several times. And so, again, we're here right off of Oberon and Balsam. We're about a block away, where we're talking to neighbors who heard this, who have gone over there, who were worried about their neighbors. This has certainly been something that has shaken them in this neighborhood, and it will continue to until they know more information about exactly who was injured. It seems like they're very close here, where they talk to their neighbors, where they check on each other. We had a woman across the street arrive here just to check on her mother because she was hearing this when it happened across the street here. She came and was trying to get to this home, trying to check on her mother because, we're hearing about this plane crash in her area. She wanted to make sure that she was okay, and so she rushed over here to check on her. But again, we are going to toss it over to Eddie Castro, who we are hearing right now, maybe preparing for more information from Arvada PD so we could get more details on exactly what happened, what may have led to this crash, and those 4 individuals who we know were injured. Michelle?
Karen, thank you. And we do want to get to the Arvada officials giving us an update. Let's listen in.
I'd like to introduce to you our Deputy Chief Matt Ozier, who's going to provide you with some details about this incident. Our information is not complete yet, and investigation is just beginning. And once we have the ability to get some approval from all the authorities that are involved, we'll try to get you guys a little bit closer. But I'll turn over to Matt.
And spell first and last name, please.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Matt Osier, Mattosier. I'm the operations chief for Arvada Fire.
If you can walk us through what happened, please.
Sure. Approximately 9:30 this morning, Arvada Fire was notified of an aircraft emergency in the area, 62nd and Carr. We arrived to find what appears to be a small engine fixed-wing aircraft down in the front yard of a residence. There was a fire present on the aircraft itself, with a few people around with injury. I don't know how many people were in the aircraft, but we did transport 4 patients with various injuries to local hospitals.
Can you tell us, did the aircraft say that they were having problems before it began to come down?
I have no information on what transpired before we got here.
Once the fire began on the ground, were there anybody else impacted around, like in the house, because of the fire and the flames, or is that something you're looking into?
So there was no fire impingement on any of the structures around the aircraft. Like I said, we transported 4 personnel. I have no idea if they were passengers in the aircraft or if they were bystanders.
Can you tell us their condition when you transported them?
Various level of injuries. At this time, I don't have an update on their condition.
How old were the children?
I'm not sure if there were children aboard or not. I have no information on the patients at all.
What else can you tell us about what happens now in terms of what fire does at the scene? We see them spraying stuff on the ground out there.
Sure. In addition to putting out the fire, we have our hazmat crews on scene because with aircraft comes fuel associated with that we're dealing with as well. And then in addition to that, we're just securing the scene and making way for our investigators as well as the NTSB.
Can you tell us what the most difficult challenge is when coming up on a plane crash like this, what you guys have to deal with when you arrive on the scene?
I see the challenges associated with the fire, but also the life safety hazard, as we're trying to get account for how many people are involved and making sure that we have everyone accounted for. That's probably our biggest challenge.
And Deputy Chief, when your guys arrived, did you pull them out of the crash, or were they already outside of the crash itself?
I arrived after the first 2 units arrived, so I'm unclear if they were near the crash or if they were away from it at this time.
Can you describe their injuries?
Various levels of injuries is what I've been told. I don't have any updates on their condition.
What?
That I don't know for sure.
Can you confirm it looks like there may have been a clipped tree or a balance some yards east, some 100 yards east?
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be an extensive investigation. We do see some areas down there that look like they could be damaged, but I'm unsure of how far the investigation is going to go with that. Yeah.
Do people inside the home have to leave or anything, or can they stay put?
That I don't know yet. Once the NTSB gets here and we have a discussion with their investigators and ours, I'm sure we'll determine that. So.
Are you saying you can't confirm that there might be more than 4 people? Can you just talk about that again? You mentioned that in the drop.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's confirmed. We transported 4 patients. Yeah, okay. Unknown on their condition.
And that was the total number of the people in the aircraft?
Not sure if they were involved, if they were in the aircraft, or if they were bystanders around. So I'm unsure of who was in the aircraft and who wasn't. So. I don't have any information on their flight plan at all. Not at this time.
Do you know if this is a flight path at all for airplanes? Do they usually fly over this area, or is that something you can answer?
I can't speak to that this time. Yeah, not sure.
Did you get any notice prior to it going down that there might be trouble? Did anyone get a chance to talk to you before this?
The first notification we got was that there was an aircraft emergency in this area, and that's all the notice that we got from the fire department. Yeah.
Fire started after that.
That I'm unsure of. I just know that it was on fire when we arrived on scene. Yeah.
So as you can tell, we're still gathering a lot of information. We don't have answers to all these many questions. We're still trying to understand what might have happened here. So we will reach back out when we have more information and keep you posted. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you were just listening to Deputy Chief Matt Ogier with Arvada Fire giving us an update. He said the investigation is just beginning, but here's what we know so far. We know this plane crashed around 9:30. They got the call that there was an aircraft emergency in the area of 62nd and Carr. When they got to the scene, they saw the small engine aircraft in flames in the front yard of that home there. They did work to get the fire out and to get care to the patients. He said 4 patients were taken to local hospitals. He doesn't know if all 4 were in the plane or if there was anybody on the ground at the time. But we did transcribe some of the communication between air traffic control and the pilot. So we want to get to Joel Hillen right now at the desk with an update on that. Joel, I know that you guys have been working really hard at the desk to transcribe some of that communication. And what we got from that is the pilot seemed to be having power issues.
Yeah, exactly. So what he said was some sort of like, I'm losing power. Let me just pull this up here. That was his first thing. He said, bonanza. He said, I'm losing power quickly. I might have to put it down somewhere near Stanley. And so he really didn't have awareness of exactly where he was above the ground there. And air traffic control said, hey, is there anything I can do? And he goes, I'm going to have to put it down in a field. You can imagine how difficult it was for him in that moment to not know where to put this plane down. And, you see that populated area, but at least they're outside of downtown. I think he saw the ditch. Right where the plane went down was right along where they have the tracks there, and there's a small ditch that kind of runs back through there, and alongside of those train tracks along Oberon Road. On the other side of that is West 62nd Avenue that runs parallel as well, and so it was sort of in between that. I could see he was probably trying to aim for that, but that plane went down right there in that front yard. Down there at the scene, we have both Eddie Castro, who is our photographer that was just taking that press conference, but Karen Morfitt is there with Jason Vaz, right near where this happened, has been talking to neighbors that mentioned just what a big noise that it was out there. And Michelle, I guess one of the things that Fire talked about in their response, and maybe Karen would be able to talk to, is the fact that they had to bring hazmat out there, not only to address the fire, right, get the fire out, but they had to get hazmat crews there to contain the fuel spill that's part of that. And Karen has been doing a lot of stories about the leaded fuel that they have in that very airport, and I wonder if that's going to be a concern as well for those homeowners in that neighborhood going forward.
It certainly could be. I mean, when we were talking to Karen earlier, we did see some of that on the ground there. So we also saw a big debris field there. Joel, I do want to just ask you this too. Looking at the communication between the pilot and air traffic control, there was some suggestion that maybe there was one person on the ground.
Yeah, so at first, when they respond, they do say that there's an individual that has a head injury and saying that they were a juvenile. And then they said that we have multiple patients here. And then at one point, a female firefighter says a plane is in the driveway, that they have 3 patients. We later learned from police that there would be 4 police, or 4 rather patients that were being transported from the scene. So 2 adults and 2 juveniles. But we don't know, and they weren't able to answer in that press conference either. And that was one of the questions that we had, Michelle, was what was the makeup? Was everybody on board the plane, or was this a mix of people that were maybe outside of the house there at 9:30 in the morning? Kids could be playing in the yard. We saw just how bad hard that plane hit that truck. To move it completely almost out of the driveway there, and there's significant damage to a very large and heavy truck there. So we know that the impact was strong, and then the fire that followed that.
Well, the impact was so strong. I mean, we can see the debris right now and them trying to get the flames out. It's amazing that anyone would be able to walk away from this. There was a question posed to Deputy Chief Ogier about the extent of injuries for the 4 people who were taken to the hospital, and what he said is they're just have various levels of injuries, but he doesn't know an update on them. And so, of course, they're going to continue to keep us updated. Joel, I want to get over to Karen Morfitt right now, who has been out there, and she has been talking to witnesses. And Karen, we know that you've seen a big debris field when it comes to that crash, including what looks like tree limbs that maybe the plane could have clipped the tree.
Yeah, Michelle and I've actually had a chance to now talk to other neighbors who say they actually saw this plane as it was coming in. We had talked a lot about hearing the loud boom, which would have been from when this plane came down. But the woman we spoke to who saw this plane coming in, saw a wing clip the tree behind us here, says that it was loud like a motorcycle. So she believed the engine was still running. We've talked to a flight instructor from the airport who was actually in the air when this pilot made that call into air traffic control, and says that he was hearing that this pilot was losing oil pressure. And so, still a lot of unclear information about exactly what happened. But we know that this plane came in through here, clipped a tree, so you can see some of the debris on the ground by us. That's about 2 blocks away from where this airplane did end up. If you can take a look, there's just little pieces of pine needles kind of littering the road, littering the sidewalk. It's probably too hard to see with our cameras, but there is a branch that had been clipped in that pine tree in front of this front yard, and that's where neighbors had rushed over to check on their family members when they saw that on the news and saw this tree having been part of this crash. And so that's where it appears to have started. You can kind of now walk down this road with me as we pan across this street. You can see pieces of the airplane now littering that same stretch of road. You can see, metal kind of on both sides of the road here. You can see the fire crews where that plane ended up, because neighbors say once it did kind of come to a stop in that neighbor's yard, it did erupt into flames. And so they saw a lot of smoke. One woman says that she went over there to run and try and to see if there was anything she could do to help. She was barefoot, so she wasn't able to get too close because of the debris that was on the road. She yelled to call 911. We'll hear from her later today. We were able to speak with her, and we'll bring that interview to you later on in likely the noon show here on CBS Colorado. But again, a very scary situation for neighbors here who are hearing this as it's happening. They're hearing this loud engine coming into their neighborhood. Many have dealt with speeding cars, the trains here before, so many of them unclear exactly what was going on. But everyone we've spoken with, the last thing on their mind was that an airplane was likely coming down in their neighborhood. And so we are continuing to talk with them about the fears, now that this has happened, because this, opens up a new kind of question for them being so close to the airport here. We spoke with another man who talked about seeing, a number of airplanes take off and kind of go over this neighborhood before. So it certainly prompted a lot of questions in their mind as well. We did hear from Arvada PD earlier, who says, right now they don't have a lot of information as well about exactly where the 4 that were injured were when this crash happened. Neighbors do believe that they were in the plane who rushed over there to help. They believed and say they had spoken with people who live in the home where this happened, and that they watched as several of those people were pulled from the wreckage. Again, that is unconfirmed information. Investigators have not said where those 4 were when this crash happened, but these are neighbors who were likely there before any fire crews. That's exactly what they saw and what they witnessed as they responded. Again, this crime scene here in Arvada, you can see Carr Street, which is a main, road here through town, completely shut down. So if this is something that you needed to get across town for today, if you live in this area, you're going to want to avoid this area in general, because this scene is so large right now, Michelle. Lots of fire crews still on scene, and as mentioned earlier, they are waiting for NTSB as well to come in and do their investigation, because they'll really take the lead on this.
Sure, many agencies are working together on this. This is a big scene out there. Karen, thank you so much. We'll check back in with you in a bit. Again, Arvada Fire is saying this is very early in its investigation. 4 people taken to the hospital in a small aircraft plane crash in Arvada. We're going to continue to bring you updates as we get more information on our stream, CBS News Colorado, and on air at CBS Colorado at noon.